So how exactly is Superman going to be different than Zack Snyder's Man of Steel? Because of course Superman is a reboot where Superman is right here in a world full of heroes, while on the other hand, this was a realistic, gritty take on Superman. Well, let's hear exactly how they're aiming to differentiate the two and how Superman will be nothing like Man of Steel. Let's get this out of the way, because this happens in every comment section of any DC video, especially ones based on Superman. And the typical question that pops up is,
hey man, why don't you talk about the DCEU? Why are you suddenly not talking about it anymore?
Because it's a dead franchise and nobody cares about what happened 10 years ago? What do you want me to talk about? Amy Adams getting cast as Lois Lane? That's not news. That's boring. She was a terrible Lois. Let's move on to what's coming next. You know, the news. And now that I inevitably pissed those people off, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. We're talking about current events. We're not looking back at things that a majority of the fan base didn't like the DCEU, which ended on a whimper with no hierarchy to speak of. So, speaking of the hierarchy, hey, how is Superman different than Man of Steel? Well, this comes at us from Daniel RPK, who had it over on his Patreon, and then obviously people just talk about it elsewhere. He said that from what he's heard, Superman is fantastic and a complete shift to hardcore sci-fi and fantasy, the exact opposite of Man of Steel. And then he adds, it's set in a world very different from ours and far removed from the DCEU. Heroes have been around for ages, and we will see how it affects this world history and has shaped the DCU. The DCU will feature various projects set across different timelines, not just present day. Some more in line with the approach of Star Wars than Marvel. Okay, well those two last paragraphs, he doesn't add any real news or context. It's just regurgitating what we know as a scoop. Like, yeah, we literally know he's in a world filled with new heroes that we've never seen before, and that he's kind of having his first go around because that's what James Gunn said. And then, yeah, we know that there's different time periods because Creature Commandos is a different time period than what's going on now, and they've explicitly stated they're going all over the place. So, there we go. But now on the shift to hardcore science fiction and fantasy. Now, you guys know I'm not a giant fan of Zack Snyder or his DCEU, but this statement makes no sense because, example, like the whole opening of Krypton, right? And on top of this, they literally have like Suicide Squad. They got Aquaman. Aquaman! Oh, that spiked the mic. I'm sorry. But I'm just trying to make an example of what is he talking about. How was the DCEU not fantastical? And how wasn't it hardcore science fiction? That's literally what it was. Like, I don't know. I'm talking about this because it was requested by you guys. I think you knew what I was going to say, so you just wanted me to say this. To try to debunk more scoops, and you got what you want. And what you like, I guess, but this report, man, there's nothing here. Like, it's just everything we know. Literally, and that's it. And also, trying to discredit the DCEU for not being fantastical when you got Darkseid using boom tubes? They're time travel! Literally in the second film! What are you talking about, man? Come on. I'm no DCEU defender, but come on.